We have here.
All right, so we're building an Ergodox keyboard. For those of you who do not know, that is an ergonomic split keyboard, um, and it's an open source one. And the idea is that you build it all yourself by buying the components and the PCB and the case and all that.
Cool.
And so yeah, this is the PCBs, and so it's cool that they're actually double-sided. So we have a left side and a right side, and then it's gonna be pretty much symmetric. It's gonna be pretty much the same operation for all of it, but at the top there's a little bit of difference, and then that's gonna be what's different between the two. Like this one has, I think this one has the teensy, which is like the brains. The what's
Oh, it's a teensy?
yeah, you know that is?
I've heard of it.
Yeah. So basically what you do is you solder in all the electronic components, then you put the keycaps in, and then you put it in the case, and then you're done.
And so it's an open source protocol?
Yeah, and so people are, you can, I mean, they have like the specs for the PCBs and stuff. You can make your own if you want.
You can have somebody do them and you can sell them
Yeah,
just like you can do with a lot of other open source things. Okay.
Yeah, but what a lot of people do is, there's a few like big vendors, I guess, for these, and so that's what I did. Profit keyboards, and then all the electronic components you can buy kits, but I bought them all on DigiKey, and then the keycaps and the switches, I think I was on like Amazon. It was cheap.
Okay.
And then the case, I got a really nice wooden one, Falbatech. Would recommend. So.
And is that coming? Some things
So
that's
I have all the electronic components. I think maybe missing one thing, but I am still waiting on the case, which should arrive within a week or so, and then the keycaps and the keycap switches. Those are coming from China, so those are gonna be here in like a month or two. But we can do all the electronics assembly right now.
Okay, resistors and diodes.
Yeah, so
Mostly
we have
diodes.
those are all diodes. You can do two types, surface mount or through hole, but I went with through hole because it's cheaper, and I'm hoping that it should fit.
Through hole is easier too.
Yeah.
I mean, surface mount, you need special soldering equipment, don't you?
I know a lot of people do solder paste, but I don't know if it's required.
What you got?
This is the teensy, so this will be going in the top right. You can get it two ways. One way is with the 12 pins built in already, but I wanted to make a little more work for myself. It's fun, save a little bit, and I got them separate, so then I have to solder it.
Okay.
We have a mini USB cable, which will plug into the teensy, and we're gonna basically cut it right at the end and strip away the insulation, and that way it'll plug in, and then we'll plug in those exposed wires into the PCB.
Oh, I see. So it's a hack.
Yeah. And then we have the this is the mini USB to provide power to the keyboards.
Okay.
So that'll take a real cable and plug into your computer, right? One that you don't break. We have a headphone or a 3.5mm auxiliary cable to connect up the two keyboards, and that'll provide power and share information between the two. And so a lot of headphones have I think this is a TRRS cable, but a lot of headphone cables are TRS, which means they can't do mic, I think. So this one has 4 spaces of metal, 3 spacers or whatever between them, and so TRS only has 2 spacers or whatever. So
So
this
it's
allows for
audio
more
and
data.
mic.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Then we
Nice.
have 2 types of resistors. 2 of those, I think, for the keyboard, and then 3 of these for the
2.2.
yeah,
Okay.
2.2 thousand, and these are 220 ohm. These are for the LEDs,
Okay.
for like caps lock and stuff like that.
Okay.
We have those LEDs right here. I went with blue. These are a little bit smaller than your typical breadboard LEDs. These are 3mm, I
3
think.
millimeter.
This is the audio jack, or the the jack for the 3.5mm cable for sharing information between the two, right?
Okay.
We have a capacitor. Forget what the spec is on that.
0.1 microfarad.
There you go. And this is the... Shoot, I forget the name of these.
IC, IO expander, I2C. Okay.
And then I'll have your gates. And that is it.
Okay.
And then after we install all of that, once the keycap switches arrive in the case, we can... So there's two types for keycap switches. Some mount to the PCB, some mount to a switch plate. I got the one with the split. I got the type with a switch plate, which comes with the case. So the case will arrive. We'll put the switch plate on, and then we'll put the keycaps, the switches over, and then you solder those, and then everything else from there is no more soldering. But
fun.
That'll be in a bit. So
okay.
Right now we're starting off with the diodes. So what we do, where'd those go? Is we feed them through solder and clip. So we're working on the diodes now. Okay. Let's see. So through-hole diodes, place them through the two holes immediately left and right of the copper pads under the square the switch will take up.
So you do it from the top?
Yeah, and then the what is it called? Wires will stick out the other side. Immediately left and right of the copper pads. You think right there, right?
I don't know.
Yeah. Check the orientation. Make sure that the cathode negative side of the diode is closest to the square hole. Okay, so we found that the black ring indicates the cathode. So we're going to put that on the outer edge,
By the square hole.
Yeah, the square hole, the outer hole underneath the square, which marks where the
switch is going to be.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll put it through like this, and then I've seen some people say, I think solder then clip the ends. I think a lot don't. I don't know what the best way is, but
how are you going to do it?
I don't know.
Okay, you're still thinking.
Yeah. I might solder first, that way
yeah.
Can keep it in place.
Oh, you definitely want to solder before you clip, don't you?
I don't know.
Because that way, I mean, otherwise you can angle the legs so that it can hold it in while you solder.
Okay. Should I put a few of them in place? And
yeah, I would say you don't want to do one at a time.
Take forever.
I mean, we have a lot of time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've got some of the diodes in place, and I think we're ready to start soldering some of them. So I'm just checking. They all look good, I think, right? Yeah, can
Okay, 17.
Mom, careful,
oh,
please.
sorry.
Let me hold it.
Yeah, don't touch. Don't touch, Trish.
Okay, so I haven't thought this part through yet. I guess I can do this.
Why?
Because I need to flip it over.
I think it'll just stay. They'll all stay. There's a little bit of friction.
Okay, I guess you're right. Alright, so we are ready to start soldering. Now this thing is awkward to hold. Okay. It's been a while since I've done this. Let's see how it goes. It should be pretty straightforward. I hope these are all like... Actually...
Yeah, you should test each one before you...
I want to make sure that they're all...
flat.
Yeah, that would be a problem.
Yeah. Do you need a lamp?
Alright, making progress. a little bit rusty. It's not going as cleanly as I would like.
Okay. Meanwhile, I'll go in and get started on Cuban beans. Be right back.
On a similar note.
On a similar note, yeah. Well, we're making lots of stuff today.
Yeah. So I'm getting a little bit sloppy. We need to clean up some solder, but I mean, I got the first row in.
Yay! We brought out some light because it's getting dark outside.
Yeah. Might call it soon. Might just do these that I have in place.
That'd be, a good start.
Yeah.
Because that's like a quarter of the diodes.
Something like that.
Okay, I'm going back.
Alright.
Okay, soldering done for today.
Yeah.
Clipping off
This is
the-
a really bad.
What?
This is a bad wire
Why?
cutting. Just like
Oh.
it's all like the back of it.
Oh, let me see. Use the other side. No?
What? What do you? No. The problem is I gotta go so far in.
Oh. Do you want me to see if I can find another?
Where?
I don't know.